Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke and I'm here with baby Rose for her 3-month update. She'll be 3 months old in a couple days, so I wanted to just kind of give you an update on how she's been, how she's looking. This is the sweet baby. Say hi, sweet baby. Say hello, sweet baby. She's got a great smile. Oh, I don't know if she'll show you guys, but if she doesn't, there are so many pictures on my Instagram that you can go look at. So yeah, okay, let's just get into it. First of all, she's sleeping through the night now. She kind of technically has been sleeping through the night for like a month and a half because she'll do like a 6-hour stretch at night. But sometimes that 6-hour stretch would only be a 4-hour stretch, sometimes a 5. But now she is officially like sleeping through the night, as in like 6 hours is the minimum stretch that she'll sleep before waking up to eat, but 9 hours is like her usual. And last night it was 10 hours. So yes, I'm just so excited about that and so proud. It honestly feels like when you're in the midst of the newborn phase that the sleeplessness is gonna just last forever and that you're never going to get a night's sleep again. But trust me, it will happen, and not all babies are the same. They're not all on the same schedule, but it will happen. You will have a full night's sleep again. And so yeah, that's been super huge. Very, very nice. She drinks 5-ounce bottles every couple hours whenever she wants. She's not on a schedule. But she'll probably do it every like 2 or 3 hours, sometimes 4 if she's like in the car and really sleepy and doesn't want to wake up. But yeah, she's a great baby, super chill. She can sleep pretty much anywhere, which has always been my goal. I've met so many kids in the past who just needed a certain routine to go to sleep. They had to take their bath, then they had to sing their special song, then they had to be in the dark with the lights off while you rock them to sleep, and then you had to gently put them down. And it's like, I was not about to do that. I was just not about to do it at all. So I've tried to make it a point to just put her anywhere in any condition, and she'll sleep. So she'll sleep in her crib. She slept on a bed on the floor. She slept in like her car seat or in the swing or in our arms. It's really just wherever is convenient for us at the time. But at night, we try to always make it a point for her to be in her crib with her swaddle, arms out always, and with the lights off and the fan on. But then we end up coming in a couple hours later and we turn on the TV and we turn on the lights and we talk and stuff, and she can still sleep through that. She's a very heavy sleeper. Thank goodness. She is also a good eater. Like I said, she has exclusively breast milk, and I've heard that some of you still don't know this. Even like people who know me in my real life, they like don't know this, but she has never nursed. She's never like boob to mouth been fed ever. So yeah, that's just not a thing. And when she was sick, she was a little stuffy. Like a month ago, I tried to put my boob in her mouth because your breast milk will create antibodies for whatever she's sick with if her saliva touches your nipple. And so I was trying to like put my boob in her mouth, and the look that she gave me, she was like, girl, I don't know what this is, but I don't want it. Like, this is nasty. She just did not even know what it was. So yeah, we exclusively pump. Thankfully, we have a massive oversupply. I make at least double what she eats in a day. I actually stopped counting, which has been super freeing, and maybe I'll talk about it another time, but basically, I used to track every single day when I started pumping, when I finished pumping, how many ounces I made while I was pumping, how many total ounces I made that day, how many milliliters that added up to. I tracked every single thing, like how many total minutes that I pumped every day, all of it. And then I ended up staying at CJ's parents' house with him for an extended amount of time, like a few days. And I like was pumping irregularly. I wasn't able to like save it the way I normally do. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just not gonna track it while I'm here. And then I just never started tracking it again. And it's just been very nice, to be honest. So freeing. And yeah, like for my mental state, because what would happen is I would get like, let's say 52 ounces one day. And I would be like, oh my God, that's awesome. And then I would get 48 the next day and I'd be like, what did I do wrong? Like, I pumped for longer today. Why did I only get this much? And I would be so obsessed with like, okay, how many times did I pump today? I have to pump at least 6 times. Because I've never really been strict on the pumping schedule. Like for the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I would say, I was pumping every 2 hours. Sometimes I would go 3 hours at night, but otherwise I would pump like every couple hours because that's what they say you're supposed to do for the first 12 weeks. But I literally just could not do it. And then I ended up starting to skip my middle of the night pump because I was just so tired I would sleep through it. And I realized that when I skipped the middle of the night pump and I slept instead, I would actually make more in the morning than I normally would if I had pumped like that little amount of time and then that little amount of time. So now what I do is I end up pumping 4 or 5 times a day, not usually more than 5, sometimes 3, and that's like on a bad day, really bad day where I'm just so busy, can't find the time. But 4 or 5 times a day is my normal, and I usually pump for 25 minutes to 55 minutes per session. It ends up being anywhere between 2 and 3 hours a day that I spend pumping, and I have the Spectra S2, so I'm attached to the wall, I can't move, and that's not fun. But now that it's summer, it's so nice, and we get to go for walks, which is why I'm dressed like this, because I don't want any tan lines. So yeah, we've been, oh, my dog just lifted up her head like, we're doing a what? We're going for a what? Yes, we are in a little bit, but yeah. So this is the sweet baby. She's very sturdy. She's standing on my legs right now, so she's like, what are you talking about, Mom? But she's very sturdy on her legs, and she can stand by herself for like a millisecond at a time if I let go. And yeah, if I like completely let go, she can stand by herself. If she can sit up by herself too, if she has something like to hold on to. So sometimes she'll like lean forward like this and sit like that, or if she has something on the side of her to kind of hold her up, she can sit by herself. She is a very strong baby. She's always pretty much been able to hold up her head, even since the day that we had her, like in the hospital, she lifted up her head. And I remember CJ's mom telling me that when he was first born, that hello Dimple, that's a nice dimple. I want to eat that dimple. It's so nice. But yeah, CJ's mom said that when he was first born, he like lifted up his head and looked around, and that all the doctors were like, oh my God, like that baby's so strong. And he was also a really big baby, and so it was kind of expected that he was going to be stronger. And then the night that she was born, like we had, I don't know, 18 hours together at that point, she was on my chest and lifted up her head like this and looked around, and CJ was like, oh my God, that's what I did. And I was like, I know. So she's always been a very strong baby in that way. We've never really had to worry about her neck. Of course, we still supported it, but we've never had to be like, oh my gosh, watch out about her neck, because she's always just been very strong and capable. And my back is really itchy. But what was I gonna say? She's still got big, beautiful blue eyes, and she's got a great smile. She smiles all day long. It's so wonderful to see. It just warms your heart. In the Cardi B ASMR W magazine interview, she said, my favorite part about my baby is that she looks up at me like she needs me, and like I'm this gift from God, but really she's my gift from God. And it's so true. Like, that is the best part about having a baby, I swear, is the way that they look at you, and you can just tell what they're thinking. You can just tell that they're like, I love you, and you're amazing, and I need you, and you're my best friend. You're my best friend. She's watching herself in the little monitor. Speaking of that, this is the most amount of screen time that she's had, is this filming right here. Since she's been born, we don't do screen time at all. No TV, no phone. Me and CJ have been very united in that decision since I don't even know, since before she was born, we decided that we didn't want to do any screen time because they don't recommend that babies get screen time for like 3 years after they're born. Like no phone, no TV, no screen time at all, and no iPad or whatever. And so not even educational stuff, like none of it. And we don't think that we're going to last like 3 years, but we want to last as long as possible. Probably like 18 months is a realistic timeline of when she'll probably start getting some like TV time. But before that, no. And my phone is my phone. She doesn't have access to my phone. Oh, does that make you upset? I'm so sorry that makes you upset. But yeah, she likes when you talk to her. Oh, so sleepy. She likes when you talk to her and when you show her things. My favorite activity to do with her is shopping. I love going to stores. Yes, you tell them about the shopping. Say, my mommy shows me so many nice things. She does. And I like to go through the entire store and just show her things and say, look at this blue bunny. Look at this black and white zebra. This is black and this is white. And this is like a giraffe that looks like Passport, but it's not. It's a different kind of animal. Look at its long neck and its spots. And even doing things like I know I'm not teaching her anything, but the conversation and talking to her like a real person is so important to their development. And so I'm always like, what did I say? If we're shopping, I'll like hold up one loaf of bread versus the other, and I'll say, I'm going to get this loaf of bread because it's cheaper. Well, actually, cheap implies that it's not as good of quality, but what it really means in the connotation that I'm using it is inexpensive. So you should say inexpensive, not cheap, when something is less money, unless it's actually cheap quality. So like I'll just talk to her like that, and I know that she doesn't understand, but I truly believe that it helps. And she is such a talker. She is such a talker. She will, like, if you just sit with her and go, ah, she'll go, ah, good. Like you can talk to her for 5 minutes at a time, and she'll just be so enthralled in your conversation. You won't know what you're talking about, but she will. And that makes me so happy. She naps periodically throughout the day. I'm waiting for that day where she takes like her morning nap and her afternoon nap and all of that. I'm waiting for those days, but right now she just wants to stand. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm waiting for the day when she can take those 2 distinct naps throughout the day, but it's just not right now. Right now she'll nap for like 20 minutes at a time, and then she'll nap for an hour and a half, and then she'll nap for 10 minutes. Like she just kind of naps periodically, and I'm not really sure how to rein that in, but it seems to be working right now. So that's all that matters. As for me, I weigh 150 pounds on the dot. I haven't gained any weight in like 6 weeks. After the first 3 weeks, I weighed like 146, so I lost weight while I was pregnant. But then I gained 4 pounds, like 3.5 pounds back, and I've stayed the same ever since. I'm so hungry while breastfeeding. Like I could literally eat all day long and not even register that I ate anything. I'm so hungry all the time. And what are you doing? What are you doing? I love you. She's like, I want to stand. And I'm like, I don't want you to right now. Sorry about the mom voice. It just happens. You think it won't happen to you, and then it does. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm so hungry all the time. Still haven't gotten my period back because I'm breastfeeding. What else? Oh yeah, one thing I've been struggling with a lot is trying to find my voice when it comes to things that I'm not okay with. Because when people do things that I'm like, I don't want you to do that, or we don't do that at home, or when somebody like critiques my choices or whatever, I'm like, I want to say something, but it's so hard. Like you would think that, would you like your bottle? Would you like your bottle of milk, baby? Let's try that. She just had a little bit left from when she just ate. But you would think that you would be like, oh, I'm a fierce mom now. I can like say what I want. It's my baby and whatever. Like, it doesn't matter who's talking to me. Like, even if it's a stranger, I can totally just be like, hey, step off or whatever. But you'd be amazed at how stifled that you feel, even if you shouldn't be at all. Like, when strangers in the store, this happens, you guys. You might not think it does, but it does. Even here in Minnesota nice. People will like come up when I'm pushing the stroller and like pull back the, like, what's it called, canopy, and like touch her. And they're just trying to be nice, and they're just trying to be like, oh, what a sweet girl, look at those blue eyes. And it's like, yeah, I know, step off. But you can't say that because you're not trying to be rude. But it's just like, I don't know where people get the audacity to like touch somebody else's baby like that. Or like, touching their foot is one thing if they're already out, but like pulling the canopy back so that they can see my baby, it's like, you don't do that. So don't do that. If you do that, don't do that. That is not okay. But I should feel comfortable enough to say, hey, that's not all right. You can't do that. Or, oh, I'm sorry, she's napping, or just something like that. But you'd be amazed at how all of a sudden your voice goes away. Or, yeah, like, if just so many examples I could say that I've not said something and I've wanted to say something so bad, but I just don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to start any arguments. Yeah, that's definitely been hard. And I talked to CJ about it the other day, and he was like, I've actually felt the same thing, where it's like, you just don't know what to say. Because she is our baby, and we have confidence in the choices that we've made for her so far. And so it's like, if somebody critiques us, we want to be like, no, here's why we've chosen to do this. Here's why we're doing it this way, or here's why she doesn't do this, or whatever. But it's like, we don't, because we just don't even want to cause the argument. Because so many people, another thing that we've realized is that so many people have this idea of how parenting should be, whether it's because of an article that they read online, or because they have had babies themselves, or whatever. And it's just like, there's not one right way. And that's something that I learn more and more every single day. Some people give me crap about bottle feeding her, and they're like, that's so bad for her. Excuse you? Like, I thought that breast milk was supposed to be like, oh, you know, like the best or whatever. And it is best, but only barely, like only by a couple little minuscule points. Otherwise, formula is just as good. But even if there have been so many people who see this and they're like, is that formula? And it's like, number one, none of your damn business. And number two, no, it's not. And number three, I don't feel like I should have to defend myself against, or for like giving her a bottle. I don't know. There have been so many people who are just like, what? You don't breastfeed? Why don't you breastfeed? And it's like, first of all, I do breastfeed. I just don't nurse, because there's a difference. And second of all, none of your business. Like, for some women, it is so traumatic, and they wanted so badly to breastfeed, like nipple to mouth nurse. They wanted so badly to do that, but they can't. And so if you ask them about it or try to critique them, that could be really triggering for somebody. And then other people just can't produce milk at all. So being like, why don't you breastfeed? Why don't you, like, why are you giving formula? It's just, it is none of your business. The baby's being fed, that's all that matters. Yeah, I've been critiqued. Hi, sweet baby. You're so good. You're so pretty. Here's your bottle back. What was I even saying? Anyway, there are just so many things that you just shouldn't say to people, but people do anyway. Nothing we can do about it. So yeah, but what else? What else have we been doing? We've been going for lots of walks. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, you're awake. What else? Oh yeah, lots of walks in the summertime, in the sunshine. We've been going to the store a lot. I just like to show her all of the things, and I like her to be present when I do things. Like when I'm cooking, I'll sit her up in her bumbo chair and just let her watch me, or I'll stick her in her car seat on the ground and just let her look and watch what I'm doing. And I'll tell her, I'm boiling carrots. Carrots are really good. They're a vegetable, but they're kind of sweet and they're very crunchy. I'm boiling them to make them soft. And I'll just talk through everything that's going on, because I know that it's doing something, and I know it's going to make her smarter. And she's already so smart and such a sponge anyway that she's watching me either way. You know, if we're in the grocery store together and it's just the two of us, she's either going to watch me shop in silence, look around, grab things, throw them in the cart, or if I throw in headphones, she's just going to watch me do the same thing in silence, or she's going to watch me talk and describe and articulate myself, and she's going to pick up what I'm doing regardless of what that is. So I would rather just talk to her and treat her like a person, a human being, because that's what she is, and she's learning every single day, whether I want her to learn from what I'm doing or not. So I might as well try to, you know, teach her smart stuff. Yeah, and I don't do like baby talk with her as much as it sounded like I just was. Like, I'm just trying to repeat back to me the sounds that she's making. So helping her to realize that I can imitate her and I can do those sounds, so that hopefully she learns from me, like, hey, if she can do the sounds that I make, then I can do the sounds she makes. And then someday she'll say, I love you, Mama. Good morning. She's got big, pretty blue eyes, not much hair. I don't know how much she weighs or anything like that, because we're really bad about getting to her appointments on time. And that's just the truth. My bad. Yeah, her 2-week appointment we had at 6 weeks. And then she's now 3 months old, and we still haven't had her 2-month appointment yet. But we'll get there. I promise. We will get there. She's a great baby, and I know that she's healthy and strong, and so strong, you guys. You wouldn't believe it. The things that she's done have just amazed me and everybody around me. And I am so, so grateful for her, and I'm grateful for all of the things that I know that she can do and all the things that she will do. And I want to help encourage her to do those things as much as I can. And she's freaking beautiful, first of all. Like, oh my goodness, she's so pretty. And so what I'm thinking is, since her temperament is so good and she is also very smart and smiley, she smiles all the time. If you haven't seen, like, look at pictures on my Instagram. She's such a smiley girl. And just all of those things, and plus her beauty and stuff, I just, listen to me, I'm just like, look at my beautiful, smart, perfect baby. But with all of those things considered, at least in my mind, I know I'm biased, but I want to start getting her into like some kind of modeling, baby modeling of some kind, if I can. Me and CJ both really are open to that idea, because then she could make money for her future. We could put it into her own account, and she could start, you know, saving for whatever she wants to do in life, whether that's college or not college or starting a business, whatever it is. So I think that would be a really cool idea. Passport, my dog is doing just fine. She's starting to open up a little bit. Rose is also starting to grab and pull at things. And so she's starting to like pet Passport and interact with her, and Passport hates it, but she just sits there and like deals with it. It's so cute. So they're gonna start interacting more, which is great. It is so hard to keep the house clean. It is so hard to take care of myself. And what I've discovered is that there are 3 priorities that I have: being a really attentive, good mom, keeping the house clean, and making YouTube videos. And what I've learned is that at least at this point, I cannot do all 3 at once. I just can't. So on the days where I'm super productive and I film 4 videos and I keep the house super clean and I get like all this laundry done, chances are Rose has just been sitting there all day, like completely bored and falling asleep off and on and pretty much just eating and sleeping. But on the days where, let's say, I get laundry done and I'm a super good mom, I did not film any videos that day. I forgot, speaking of laundry, I have also, and so I've just been trying to find peace with only being able to do those 2 things, like 2 out of the 3 at once. Speaking of laundry, we've been cloth diapering exclusively unless she, oops, low battery, okay. Unless she has been babysat, and when she's babysat, we will do, by like her grandma, we will do, where was I going with that? Oh, I was trying to say, that's cute. I was trying to say that we only have one person babysit her at this point, and it is CJ's mom. And when we have her over there, she'll do disposable diapers just because it's easier for them. And whenever she's home, or even when we're just on the go by ourselves, she will do cloth diapers. And I found it to be extremely easy, like stupid easy. I was so worried about it. I was like on Pinterest looking for all these tips about cloth diapering and how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I wash them? Oh, you're only supposed to line dry them. Oh no, what do I do? And then I heard the best piece of advice that I've ever heard about it. And it was, oh, you spit. And it was, don't overcomplicate it. It's just laundry. And that like blew my mind. So, because I was just so concerned, and you're only supposed to hang dry them, which I don't do, and you're only supposed to use certain detergents and blah, 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 blah. But really, all it boils down to is it's an extra load of laundry twice a week. That's all it is. And it's not even like difficult laundry that you have to put away. It's just laundry that you put in the washer and then the dryer, and that's it. And so it has been so easy, just beyond bizarrely easy. So I would highly suggest doing it if you have not done it. And yeah, if you want to know like how I do it, I would love to make a video. Okay, that's cool. I would love to make a video all about how I cloth diaper, how I wash them, how I actually like do the cloth diaper, like with the inserts and stuff. And yeah, it's been, are you smiling? Are you having a good dream about Daddy? Are you having a good dream about Daddy? Yes. That's what I always think. She's also teething, by the way, drooling so excessively, rosy cheeks, fist in her mouth, like the whole fist, and then we can feel like little hard spots in 3 places. So she is teething, which is exciting, but it hasn't really impacted her mood so much yet. She's a good baby. I'm a good mom. CJ's a great daddy. And I think that that's all we've got. That's all she wrote. So yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. We're going to go for a long walk in a little bit. First, I'm going to grab a coffee. And yeah, we've been, like I said, walking every day, like many miles a day. And then on the days that we don't walk, I go to the gym. So yeah, I've been staying fit, getting stronger, thank God, because I've spent so long being not strong. So I've really been trying to make a difference in how I look and how I feel. And I want her to know that mommy is strong. I'm very strong, and you're very strong too. So that's that. And yeah, she's also started to grab onto things. She's like, Mom, shut up. She's also started to grab onto things and hold them, like my hair or my necklace or her toys. We have a couple toys that are just like for 6 months plus, like this one. But I've been letting her play with it anyway because it's just, she's like, whoa, I'm awake. How did I get here? Because it's just been so fun to watch her grab it, play with it, lift the things up and down, spin them, and then when I turn it on, like making it make sounds. It's just really, really cool to see. She's so tired. She's just like, I don't want to. But yeah, and even just like grabbing onto these things and like throwing it around. So yeah, we do have a couple things like that that she's been playing with. But other than that, that is our 3-month update. That is how I'm doing. That is how she is doing. And that's it. I love you, sweet baby. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know down below. Let me know what else you want to see involving Baby Rose. And I will see you guys in my next video. Also, I got a Patreon, so check that out in the description box below to see all the perks and such. And I hope to see you there as well. All right, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.